Hello and welcome to Detox Stretch Break. Today we are going to be working on mobilizing, activating, and dynamically moving the muscles surrounding the spine. We're going to start with a few deep breaths, so take a nice deep breath in and out. Again, in and out. One more time, filling your belly full of air in and dropping those shoulders lower as you exhale. Awesome. We are going to be starting with a QL stretch. So we're going to be stretching around the back of the hips. You're going to start with your right foot crossed over your left. Then you're going to push your right foot out to the side. Feel that nice stretch in the back of the hip, maybe the side of the hip as well. Nice deep breaths. As you're exhaling, you're trying to deepen that stretch just a little bit further. And come back to center. Uncross your feet and switch, so left foot crosses over right. Push that left hip out as far as you can. Nice deep breath. And come back to center, uncross those feet. We're gonna do one more time each side, right over left. Push those hips, that right hip out to the side. You might push those hips back a little bit to find where you feel that stretch feels the nicest for you. In that back hip area, potentially in the hip flexors as well in the front. And come back to center, switch those feet. Push the left hip out to the side. Trying to keep those feet flat on the ground. And back to center. Roll those hips out just a little bit. Loosen those muscles. And then we are going to do a standing torso twist. So we're going to start with thumbs right at our collarbone. And then starting with the right side, you're gonna engage those core muscles and twist your entire torso to the right. Once you're as far as you can go, you're gonna extend that right arm and bring it back in. We're coming back to the center, all the way to the left, same thing. Go as far as you can with that twist, extend that left arm and bring it back. We're gonna keep moving through and breathing. Really extend that arm. Feel a squeeze in those shoulder blade muscles as you extend. One more time here. Back to center. All right, we're gonna come down to the floor in a tabletop position. So knees right under our hips, wrists right under our shoulders. And we're going to do a thoracic twist here. So you're gonna start with your right hand on the back of your head, and you're gonna hinge that elbow up to the sky and bring it back down. Move to the left side. We're gonna alternate back and forth, hinge and back. Keep going back and forth here. You're trying to wring your spine out like a dish towel. So it's not about as much of bringing that elbow as high as possible, as much as it is just controlling those muscles right along our back and in our core. Trying to extend that rotation through those muscles around the spine. And rest. Do a couple cat-cows here. And make your way to your back. We're gonna do some slow spinal rolls. So plant those feet on the ground. We're essentially gonna come up into a really high glute bridge, but we're gonna do it one vertebra at a time. So starting with your tailbone, you're gonna roll up. Control with your core, one vertebra at a time, rolling up all the way to your shoulders, and then one vertebra at a time, all the way back down. Nice deep breaths here. Keep those feet glued to the floor. We're going nice and slow and controlled, all the way back down. Once you're all the way back down, we're gonna start again. Tailbone curls up. And then one vertebra at a time follows. We're trying to engage each of those tiny muscles in our spine and isolate them all the way back down. Seeing how small of a movement you can get. And all the way back down. Grab those knees, hug them close, rock back and forth, and then make your way back up to standing. We're gonna start back with that QL stretch. Plant those feet, right foot crosses over the left, and then we're pushing that right hip out to the side. Nice deep breath. We're trying to deepen that stretch on this second time through. And lean forward a little bit, whatever feels the best. And back to center, switch feet. Pushing that left hip out. Drop those shoulders away from your ears. And back to center, switch again, right over left. And back to center, switch again, left over right. And back to center. We're gonna do torso twists. Thumbs come to the collarbone, starting with that right hand side. Engage those core muscles first, and then twist. Whole torso's twisting here. Extend that right arm, bring it back, and continue all the way through to the left, same thing. Hopefully you're feeling that you've got a little bit of increased range of motion this time through than you did the first time through, even if it's just a tiny bit. Nice control here. Last one. Back to center. We're gonna come down into that tabletop position. We're gonna do those thoracic twists from this quadruped position. So starting with that right side, squeeze those core muscles to rotate that elbow up and back down. Other side. Keep moving through. Keep that breath nice and steady. One more time on each side. Eyes are following your elbow up and down. And a couple cat-cows here. Make your way onto your back. Nice slow spinal roll. So start with that tailbone, curling one vertebra up at a time. We're going all the way up. And all the way down. And all the way up. And all the way back down. Nice and slow. And rock those hips. Pull those knees in one at a time. We're gonna make our way back up to standing. We're gonna go one more time through each of those exercises. So start with that QL stretch, right foot over left. Push that right hip out. And back to center. Switch those feet. just gonna do one time each side here. And back to center, uncross those feet. Thumbs come to collarbone, and we're gonna rotate. Pull the belly button in, core is nice and engaged, twisting. Eyes are following your hand as you extend all the way back. Squeeze those shoulder blade muscles. Try and drop those shoulders down. One more time each side. Back to center. Make your way down to the floor. We've got those thoracic rotations. Start with that right side, twisting, engaging those muscles in the center of your body. Back down and switch sides. Keep moving through. Waking up our vertebra. Creating that movement of the spine. And relax. Come onto your back. We've got spinal rolls, and then we are done. Plant those feet. Start with the tailbone, nice and slow, all the way up. I'm just gonna do one time here. Make it nice and slow, as controlled as you can get it to be, all the way up, and then all the way down. Think about just one vertebra dropping down to the mat at a time. The more you practice this, the more you're going to be able to isolate each of those vertebrae all the way back down. Hug those knees. We're going to rock back and forth just a little bit, massaging that low back. And come on up. You are finished. Thank you so much for joining me.